Hello, everyone. Welcome to my final portfolio for Delano Harris portfolio. And in the last video, I didn't do like a lot of my um projects, but this is the final one. So I won't keep it short on the ones I did talk about in the last video that y'all saw. So like I said, I'm Delano Harris. I'm a creative graphic designer, photographer, UX designer, UI designer, multimedia designer, and AutoCAD designer. And I go to Norcon Agricultural Technical State University and major in computer graphics technology. Here's my design statement. So I keep it short. I always been a fan like in my son in my time of major such as graphic design, animation ever since I was young, especially animation. 'Cause I always like a fan like cartoons, anime, and character designs. And I'm really happy that I pick a major that really suits me because my major pretty much taught me so much about like being an animator, graphic designer, UX designer, marketer, multimedia designer, AutoCAD designer, and 3D modeler. So here's my first group assignment that is in my portfolio, live fitness app design, which I did like Trey, Romeo, Amia, and Jaden. And here's all the software I'm good that I use, such as Adobe Photoshop, Illustrator, InDesign, Fusion 360, AutoCAD, photography, virtual virtual media, I believe, or virtual 3D, multimedia, UX/UI design, and graphic design. I made a coffee website while using like Adobe Dreamweaver. And I really like came up with the idea because I work at Starbucks at Harris Teeter. Well, when I first started, I started with as a Starbucks at Target, but in the day, I still got this idea from having my coffee barista. And here's more on the website I made. Since I made like a, a animation, a FitCast chant, web design email, and score for page, which is another group assignment. And I also did in Unity. I did a lot of video games. I did Battle Seekers and Gauntlet Runner. Battle Seekers is pretty much like a player where you shoot as many meteors to get multiple points. You shoot the meteors, you get 10 points. But however, you shoot a UFO, you lose minus 25 points. So be careful of that. And Gauntlet Runner is pretty much like a temple run based game where collect many power ups before time runs out. But if you hit the green robust, the game is completely over. Animation. I did 2D animation, 3D animation, stop motion animation. And keep your eyes on this one because I will come back to this. I did stem designs in Photoshop on a lot of African American celebrities. My photography. Now, one thing I love about photography, let me learn something about landmarks, people, vehicles, and building architecture, and let me know that a lot of people got different type of community and backgrounds. And you can see most of my photography is pretty much like anti exclusive, especially during Geo. I anti some pictures while I was back in Detroit, Michigan. Now this is my favorite one, my main redesign and Root Chris. The reason I came with ideas because during like my sophomore year, my birthday, I went to Root Chris and I really love the the style they did, just that pure in suits, dress up. Well, I didn't dress up because that's my first time being there. So I want to get like Root Chris like a fancy menu design. And here's my Adobe Photoshop um designs, and this is the Apple Cam Bright. I did this on I like have my idea like what I want my business to be, and you know me, I love like photography, and I want to have my business be set on photography. So it says Apple Cam Bright. Here's a mock-up billboard, and here's a wireframe and a moon board. User personas help me understand our audience need for our design process. So in case like if I want to create something, I want to make sure I see what the user needs because the needs is always important when you do the design stage. Here's a Future 360, and like I said, you know how I say like keep your eyes on that on 3D modeling animation. Well, I create 3D. Well, I create these three modelings just to assemble to the I forgot what to call it, but I'll come back to that. And you see these are the parts I need to like assemble the design, which is right. Give me a second. Right here, right here. It was really fun to do though. I had a good time with that. And this is one of my favorite case study, Yale School of Arts, and where that we did a case study on a website that we think like we need to be resigned. I did mine on Yale School of Arts because you look at the main page of Yale School of Arts, you can realize that the main page is really bad. Like it's so bad. It's very cluttered, so unorganized. Like like you can see a little bit right here. Like let me zoom in right here. Like this is what the main page looked like on iPhone. So I didn't like that. Like I get it, like it's pretty much it was designed where a lot of art students can like edit it. But I feel like that we should have like a a main page where in general people see, but we have an editor page for students like edit the homepage that they want to. And here you go. Now this is now all the group assignments I did. This is from my favorite, the virtual role animation that I did with Romeo, Jaden, Trey, and Mia. And this one is pretty much where we did like an animation project where an astronaut fly towards the moon to put like the flag on. And I pretty much created the astronaut design while using like a fan designer, which is kind of like Adobe Illustrator, but it's kind of like I won't say very cheap, but it's very like it's very easy to handle. So like you can see right here, you can see here's our scenes. Oh, by the way, I created a scene where an astronaut walking towards a rocket. I had a good time with that. I pull all-nighter. Like that took me like from let's say 2 a.m. to 7 a.m. all because I want to like redo some stuff. Here's the scenes. Here are a lot of scenes. And like I said, these are the character assets that I created. I sketched the astronaut and I traced it while doing a fan designer. Here you go. Here's the animation. I won't show the whole of it, but this is the scene that I created. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I good time with it. Help me learn some like loop expressions while doing Adobe After Effects. Now, one thing I say is like I do like it, but I know like yeah, I do like it. I think I did better than my last animation I did last year. But I know I could do better as like animation designer. And that's my scene though. I wish I could show y'all more what it looks like, but I don't want to get to a lot of the other stuff. Now here's another group assignment I did, like an ANCAP part case study. And this is like a group assignment that we did back in my user interface design class where we look at like a app design, we figure out like what can it do to create. So pretty much here it is. So I've been helping like with the research and the user persona. Here you go. And this is like a as Dober case study that I did back when I was like during my I believe my sophomore year where I didn't come up like what type of brand I else want to do. Well, I picked like I want to have my own like hygiene brand, but different is all my hygiene products are based on like good flower fragrance such as gardenia, jasmine, and magnolia. Excuse me if I pronounced that wrong. Here you go. Here's the logo I created in Adobe Photoshop, and look, this is my old picture. Here's the mood board. Here's a use persona. More use for like wireframe. I love doing wireframes. Wireframes always help me express my craft, especially when I'm doing them during digitally. Here you go. So yeah, that's what I do. Now let's go to my portfolio right quick. Now you can see my portfolio is still the same. Like it's saying like how like in the last video, but it's like I got the live fitness app design and the virtual world animation and the NCAP parking app. Because this section is pretty much like it's pretty much the group section. Oh, and by the way, if you want to see my NCAP Park app case study, reach your documents, all right here, the reach your document, the facility form, student form, and the user scenario. So here you go. Oh, back to group. Excuse me right quick. Here's my profile. And you can see I like doing a lot of the animation effects in my portfolio. And here's the thing designer that's in with my portfolio. So pretty much, like, let me show you let me show you like that was not in the PowerPoint, just as the Adobe VR, which we create like a wallpaper map, like a wallpaper design, and we put it in the VR. Here you go, and see what else can I show you? Let me else can I show you? Oh yeah, some video editings. This one I did make like 7 steps how to use noodles and aroma kettle, and this is like a video editing I do use on my dog that passed away back in 2019. So yeah, but there's one thing that's new to me that I added. is like it's not really a case study, but I do just know it's just showing like my craft animation. This is like the design industry research I did on animation back in my late junior, I believe, where I go by the history of animation and like different types of just a 2D, 3D, and stop motion. Well, 2D, 3D, stop motion are not the only type of animation types, such as you got clay animation, but the big three is 2D animation, 3D animation, and stop motion animation. So I want to keep it like the big three that most people know about. Here's 2D, here's 3D, here's stop motion, here's the create industry, such as like what do animators go through. Here are the receptions, such as what animation will look like in the years and how much like the market is going to increase for people like that's in the job market. Here's the salary. Here are the questions and why did animation interest me? Ever since I was a young boy, animation has been an interest in me. I got into animation through cartoons, movies, and anime. Seeing drawings or 3D models come to life was very groundbreaking to me. I want to learn how to create many animation products. And if I ever contribute to the industry, I'll make sure I be useful to projects, assignments, marketing, content creation, character design, special effects, 3D modeling, and storyboarding. And I never had an internship, not yet, but I know once I get one, I make sure I do my best and improve my worth. Here's more question two. And what can I do is for a successful desired career? Well, I make sure I have an internship, get good connection, update my portfolio, cover letter, and LinkedIn, and go to career fairs. And keep improving though. Here, more animation projects. This is old, like you see, this is the old one. I didn't like put like the flower animation. Here's my resources, and here's the conclusion, and here's my conclusion. So yeah, So yeah, thank you everyone. That's my portfolio, and I know it's very long, possibly longer than the last one, but I want to show you like how much I improve as a graphic designer, UX designer, and photographer, multimedia designer. Well, pretty much anything that's in my major, or we just say altogether, the computer graphics technology student. So I really had a good time doing my portfolio. I can't wait to update some more. So I really had a great time for everyone. Thank you so much. Y'all have a good day.